Welcome. Hello, welcome. Finally. Everybody's here. Yeah. Once or twice a week, depending on demand. Okay. I've been a tummy flattening consultant for 16 years. Okay, so I do nothing but flatten people's belly, right? That's good, right? Because that's the root of all medical evil. It's actually the belly. Okay? So what I do is our customers, once they go through the program, halfway through I'll bring them to the supermarket. Why? Because we want to flatten the belly, we want to flatten once. Because you don't bring them to the supermarket, they buy the wrong thing home, boom, it comes back out. When you like it around, there's no such thing as a magic supplement, don't have. If you down here take supplement, down here anyhow hantam, back to square one. Right? Doctor give you drug, you go and eat it, back to square one. Okay, so we need to address the problem, which is what goes into our mouth. Right? So we're gonna go the whole thing, but anyway, in supermarkets, the entrance is always fresh food. This is like a Disneyland. You go in, you buy, come out. They'll make you buy until your pocket empty. It's layout exactly like that. The non-perishables are right behind, especially those that you eat regularly. The dried noodles, the rice and all this are right behind. They don't care because they know you'll search for it. This one they will let you go. So we're going to go to first section, the bread section. Okay. When we walk inside this aisle, some of the aisles are very small. So if you see customers, we just need to let them pass. Okay. The bread.
We didn't pay for
You can bring along a basket and then take things along the way if you want to. But sometimes after the whole thing they forgot to there. Okay. I wish our office is like that. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. We're going to go to the bread section first. Okay. When you go on a tummy flattening journey, we do not recommend that you eat bread. But bread is very good training. The labeling. So let's go straight to the bread section. We can start with it. Right from here, leave a little gap for people to walk. Alright. Okay, great. So, you know, when it comes to supermarket, the supermarket is a marketing place. Do you know that from the top shelf to the eye level to all this, the rentals are different? Okay, so those things you down here, you are paying for the rental here at the eye level. Okay. So when it comes to marketing, they want you to see the front, they don't want you to see the back. Okay. So if I were to just take anything, let's say wholemeal bread, say. I'm not representing any brand or anything. So if you take some wholemeal bread, take one here.
It's okay.
Yeah, so you can see yourself. Okay. So when you take a bread, they want you to see the healthier logo sign, wholemeal, you want to see your vitamin, all this they want you to see. But what you want to do is turn to the back. There are two things inside there. One is called the ingredient list. One is called the nutrition table. You want to be able to see these two. And you know why above 40 we start putting on weight? Because cannot see. So we just buy. They make it very small print, right? Okay. So the ingredient, if you take a look at it, the first ingredient by rule, is somebody crossing? The first ingredient is always the highest inside the bag. The last ingredient is always the least inside the bag. Period. So when you look at it, you know whether it's wholemeal, it's not wholemeal, you know, whether there's enriched white flour and everything inside. So that's the first thing you need to do. So for this one, you will see that it's wholemeal wheat flour with bran, and then they put wheat flour unbleached. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That means mixed with white flour. Unbleached wheat flour, unbleached burung white flour. They will never put the word white flour because nobody will buy. They'll put some other name, right? So there's white flour mixed inside there. Okay. Then you see the third ingredient is honey, isn't it? Wholemeal bread they always mix with honey because it kind of improves the flavor. Okay. Then after that there's a nutrition table. Can you find a nutrition table? There. Okay. There are two lines. One is per serving, one is per 100 gram. Can you see that? The per 100 gram is for you to compare this loaf to that loaf to that loaf. So they use the same base, right? The per serving, you look at it, it's here serving size 2 slices. Okay. You take out 2 slices. Why this one? 2 slices. If you pick up that one, it's per serving is 1 slice. So every bag is different. So you cannot compare bag to bag.
They say.
Yeah, you say very clearly 2 slices, right? So it means have you stand on an Omron before? You know how many what's your BMR, right? 1,000 over calories right, per day, right? Once you take 2 slices, it says 100 and 44 calories taken up. Very simple, huh? This one, how many calories?
132.
132, you can read, right? So what we want to find from here, is if you want to eat a bread that will help you with the weight, find the one with the lowest calorie comparatively. Per 100 gram, compare the 100 gram one. Find the one with the highest protein, highest fiber, lowest carbohydrate, lowest sugar, and so forth. I think you know what you're looking for. Yeah, so then you can compare from one loaf to another loaf. Okay, so it's very simple, isn't it? Now I'd like you to remember these few numbers. Look at the per 100 gram. What is the per 100 gram? What's the energy?
231.
231. What's the energy? This one? 240. 240, 231. So it's around 230, 240, right? Remember this number because you'll be comparing with other things. Okay. And then what's the carbohydrate? This one is 41, right?
36.
41.7.
This one?
36.2.
36.2. So it's around 30, late 30s to 40s, right? Okay.
We're gonna buy that one.
Okay. So, so this is how you compare bread. Now, if you have your family, I don't encourage you to eat bread if you want to flatten this. Okay. I know now, European bread.
I'm giving up. Don't worry.
Giving up. Okay. Hold this. Can you feel the difference?
Yeah, heavy.
Can you feel the difference in weight? Okay, the idea is,
Okay, come. Try.
more heavy. Yeah. The idea is, if you look at it, it's very rough.
Yeah.
The finer they grind their flour, the softer it is. The more fine you see, fine, don't know what, soft, super soft, and all this. I'm very frightened because your blood sugar will spike.
Extras and all.
If they don't grind it fine, that means there's a lot of roughage inside there. Then the glycemic index is lower. It doesn't spike as much. It doesn't accumulate as much fat here. Okay. And Asians, if you give them this bread, they will throw aside. You give them sourdough, they go for the soft ones. The Asians, if you come here in Singapore, you realize soft, everything is soft and pillowy, right? And that's the killer. Okay, I had two German tourists came to my house to learn how to make bread. I said, why are you here learning bread at my house? You know? They said, I cannot find bread. I said, bread all over the place. They said, no, Oliver, those are pastries. I want the one that when I throw, your head will bleed one. You want that?
So if you don't recommend us to eat this, but if we make the bread, it's better?
It's the same.
It's the same.
Because it's made of flour. It's made of flour.
Okay.
So the idea is not to eat processed food. Okay. Now, if that's my wife, Glenda.
Hello, hi.
That's the boss.
No, this is the worker.
So if your family have to eat bread, then you don't eat the family. But that's something that's heavier, something that's rougher. But again, never ever eat bread plain. There must be some oil on the bread. When there's no oil on processed carbohydrate, the sugar just.
Oh, so if you put olive oil, it's better than without?
You can, that's why the Italians, balsamic olive oil, they got no problem, right? Right? So you can put, in Singapore, they don't really eat olive oil and balsamic vinegar. You can, okay? In Singapore, we do peanut butter and butter.
Yeah.
Okay? So, peanut butter, which is the correct peanut butter? Somebody choose which is the correct peanut butter you should buy. Not all peanut butters are made the same.
So can we eat peanut butter?
You can eat peanut butter.
Oh, really?
That's what the supermarket work is for, to give you a variety. If not, you'll be bored to death. Which one is the correct peanut butter?
Organic.
Okay.
Let me educate you on organic.
The less ingredient.
The less
natural one.
The less ingredient, natural one. So how to select less ingredient and natural one is correct. Look at it, make sure there's a layer of oil floating on top.
Oh.
That's the correct one.
Oh.
If you see that there's no oil floating on top,
Dry.
this one will choke. If your kids start eating at 4 years old, you'll choke the kids hard at 40 if they eat this every day. Okay, because it's made from roasted peanuts, peanut oil. They put sugar inside, and then there's vegetable oil. And the reason why there's no oil floating on top because they pump hydrogen in. It's margarine inside there. Okay, but it tastes good now.
Yeah.
So if you just take peanut butter, can you see a layer of oil on top? Do not pour it away, okay? You stir it in, if not it's very dry. There's the same amount of oil, you just don't see it only. Okay? And then if you turn around, you will see ingredients, peanut and some salt, that's it. Okay? So So some people saw YouTube say, oh, peanut butter is good for weight loss and all this, but you can buy the wrong peanut butter. Brie. Alright? So, and you turn around, all those food behind you are banned. Because it's stem. Don't touch them.
Let's go.
Pasta for your spaghetti, for your pizza and all this. Please follow what the Italians do. They actually use canned tomatoes. And canned tomatoes is about the only vegetable that's healthier in a canned form than in the fresh form. Okay, so do not go and buy those completed pasta sauce. Put sugar, they put all those kind of funny things. If you want a pure Italian recipe, let me know. I can give you the Italian recipe using this kind of.
So these are actually no good.
Oh, it depends. You read. Let's take a look. It says ingredients: tomatoes, salt. Oh, this is pure tomato. So you read. Okay, but you know what the Italians do? They like this kind because they like it chunky. So they use a fork. They don't mash it, and then they put on the pizza. It's very nice. But it's salt, basil, some olive oil. That's it. Right? So use those. Don't. Then later you'll see those canned ones which only the locals eat it. I don't know why. Okay, over here it's very thin, right? So it says whole grain, right? I've been baking for 16 years. Don't bluff me. When it's whole grain, you bend, you break into 2 pieces. Okay, it doesn't work like that. Wheat flour is the main ingredient, followed by water. Then wholemeal is behind. So this, they put a little speck. They say wholemeal. But you know what? When you go and Google wholemeal, they'll tell you healthy. That's why they put the Google word here. Remember, the marketers always put the Google word here. Okay. For 100 grams. For 100 grams. How many calories? 282. What was the bread?
2, 3
something, 2, 4, right?
Yeah.
So does this have more calorie than bread?
Yes.
So who said thin is better? Carbohydrate 48.9. What was the bread?
30 something.
Okay. So this is called misunderstanding. Okay, so thin is not exactly better. Let me take a look at even better. You go and Google, you Google quinoa, super grain. Right? Super grain quinoa, right? You turn behind. Wheat flour. Quinoa 1.1%. It's called marketing. Okay, so there's something about marketing and something about choosing. You can eat packaged food can, but you need to learn how to choose. Okay, behind you are beans. Okay, beans is one of the permitted carbohydrate you can take. And for those people, I mean, you guys are not full time in weight loss. You got to go and work one, you know. So sometimes we say, hey, why don't you take the canned ones? Okay, but the baked beans don't touch. Number 1 is overcooked. Number 2, they put a lot of stuff inside there. You can go into things like this. This is garbanzo beans. Wash it, drain it, wash it, rinse it because there's a lot of starch on top. Then you can put your paprika, put your salt, whatever. You can eat it. You can replace rice with this. For those people who are busy, okay. And
I have a question.
Yes.
So this will count as carbs, not protein?
No, carbs. They are good carbs with protein inside, but they are mostly carbs.
They're mostly carbs.
Okay. The reason why vegetarians fall on weight because they count this as protein. So they overload on carbs. You take the other one, very simple. You take a look at it, go to the ingredient list. I told you ingredients. First ingredient, prepared dark red kidney beans. Second, white water. Third, sugar. Put back. You see sugar, put it back. You do not want added sugar into your stuff. Okay. Carbohydrate is already sugar. So you can choose lah. So you got a variety of beans. Just ignore the baked beans. Look at the variety, then you'll find that it's easier sometimes to pour a can and then when you're busy. Okay, so yes, mushroom also can. You know, the canned mushroom, no problem. Can, no
And
problem.
is it carbs or is it protein?
It's under the
Is it
vegetable.
vegetable? You
Under
put it as
vegetable,
carbs.
yeah. But you know the thing about olives is that we don't eat one serving of olives. You know, we cut
A lot of
with
calories, yeah.
because it's oily. So, but you can add it in. It's a pretty good condiment. No problem. This is Kalamata, a quiet taste. Some people like it. I think it's very European. Kalamata, I use it for baking. Okay. By the way, can you drink soup? Yes, but no Western soup. Anything with cream, corn, can, whatever. You know, these are not fruits. These are candies. Okay, they are not fruits. Okay, this way, you begin to degrade the soup itself. Okay,
That's
so
soup
when-
kind of okay, right?
Yeah.
How about dessert? You know, with some rock sugar.
Nobody said dessert is good. There's no such thing as dessert.
糖水啊，
糖水啊，
That's the reason why our hospital still full. It's just that dessert thing is good. Actually, there's no such thing as a healthy dessert. You go to don't know what some shopping center, they put healthier dessert. I said there's no such thing. Maybe you have a more nutritious dessert, but it's never healthy when you put sugar inside. Okay, so sometimes they go outside and they say, "Can I drink coffee with milk?" I say, "Okay, just don't put sugar." I say, "Okay." So when you go to all those coffee shop, they'll give you C lah, then you can go song right. Okay. They put evaporated milk, right? Okay, let's not talk about this. This is a condensed milk. They're totally bland because they're loaded with sugar, right? Okay. This one and the one at the bottom. Which one is evaporated milk? Which one?
There you go.
This one.
What the?
This one. This one says evaporated creamer.
Okay.
Okay. If you look at the ingredient, milk solid, vegetable fat, sucrose. They put hydrogenated fat and then they put sugar inside it. Okay. And you may feel, I made a mistake. No. Kopitiam use this. So I have this sickness every time I buy coffee. When they start pouring, I'll do this. Then I know whether to come back or
职业
not.
病
This is full cream evaporated milk. You look at the ingredient, you can tell it's milk. Okay. You know who use this kind of things? Yakun. Yakun use this kind of things, right? Okay, be careful not to never consume dairy with the word fat and oil. Never do that, okay? It's just a hoax.
So if we had to put some milk in the coffee, which milk would be the best?
Full cream fresh milk.
Okay,
The idea of drinking milk is never use milk to quench your thirst. Your coffee, you put a tea, that's fine. But never use it to quench your thirst. It's not a good practice. Okay, use plain water. Things like this come in your 3-in-1 coffee and all this, right? You know what's the ingredient? Ingredient number 1, sucrose, glucose syrup. Ingredient number 2, fully hydrogenated vegetable oil. Fully hydrogenated vegetable oil has another name. It's called margarine. Okay. So this is it's called diet of life, slow suicide. You want to die very slowly every day, eat this. So all is a bad. It's to do research on breakfast. It's called Kellogg's. They found breakfast is the most important meal of job. They sell breakfast. But if you read the research carefully, it says breakfast is the most important meal of the day. They didn't say breakfast. Your very first meal after you fast, it can be lunch. You better treat the meal with respect. And some people force themselves to eat breakfast, right? I asked them, how important can your breakfast be if you're eating chubby whole fried chicken wing and the oily vegetable? And what for you going to take a vegetable for health? I don't understand this. So over this side, granola, that's a muesli coated with honey and baked. Okay, even muesli. Okay, let's take a look at the muesli. What's the point? That's just granola. No added sugar. No added sugar, right? Wow, the light is no added sugar. Swiss style muesli. Because the word Swiss, the price goes up. You put Malaysia, made in Malaysia, price goes up. Okay? Per 100 gram, 371 calorie. Is it slightly higher than the bread? Slightly higher, isn't it? So it's not exactly better, huh? Because we got dried fruits and everything. Look at this, cranberry, cinnamon. Not just honey, but bush honey. This is called marketing, right? Per 100 gram, oh, this is in kilojoule, huh? Per 100 gram is 1,890 kilojoule. All you need to do is divide by 4.2. You get calorie, right? So it's very high. Okay, all this. Now, you'll find that they are not exactly a health food unless you're a marathoner. If your whole life is eat, sit, zoom, sleep, you better do all this. Okay. Raw oats. Raw oats is what you call quick cook or instant oat is not the correct oat. You want to do This is rolled. This is the correct muesli or cereal that you should be taking. Okay, they are difficult to digest. The blood sugar is a bit lower, right? Later you go over the other side, you will see a lot more. You see very cheap.
Are we allowed to eat that?
Yes,
Yes,
as
Healthier.
your
healthy.
as your what we call your carbohydrate replacement. There's more. Digestive, healthiest biscuit around, right? Okay. So let me see. 100 gram, how many calories? 2 duck. Oh, a very young person.
Young person. 474 huh?
100 gram, 474 calories. Is this scary or not? Scary, huh? So biscuit is biscuit. It's very dense processed carbohydrate. So you notice that most of the biscuit, almost everything don't have a healthy logo. But it's very.
How is it the healthy logo?
Oh, it's everywhere. It's even found on soft drink. Just now bread, you see one healthy logo sign. Later I show you along the way. So you know.
Diet Coke have.
Okay, that's why they give energy lah. Because you go straight in your bloodstream now. Then after that your blood sugar crash. Then you drink again.
That's not good.
Just 35% on food. So the rest, just put in too much of the other stuff.
How would you take that? As a snack or as part of a meal?
Always remember this. You call the insulin factor. You put food in the mouth, insulin comes out, it stores fat, right? So the idea is eat your 3 square meals and do not snack in between. The very moment you snack in between, you're trouble. So if you have to eat a dessert, immediately after the meal, put in your dessert. Then the insulin doesn't spike. Once you keep your stomach empty, you put in something, then you'll find exercise doesn't go away. Very funny. I have difficulty exercising, by the way, because I have a slip disc. My tummy is flatter and a lot of gym instructor. It's because of the way I eat.
This way. This way.
Just now we talk about butter, isn't it? So which one is butter? Which one is butter?
Salted after.
Salted.
Unsalted.
Which butter would you choose?
Ghee.
Ghee. Ghee is good for high heat cooking. First of all, this one, if you turn to the back, it says first ingredient palm oil. This is not butter. They call it buttercup and they put it together with butter. A lot of people didn't know that this is not butter, this is margarine. I mean, you look at the price, you can tell the difference, right?
Yeah. Almost like.
Before the Ukraine war, it was $1.80. It's now up by $1. Okay, so if you want to eat butter for your family, for your children, for your, whoever it is, may I suggest you take away this thing. You buy something with the word grass fed. Grass fed, huh? Right. Because when grass-fed cows has omega-3 inside, then you don't go into an inflammation. So there are a lot of other brands with grass-fed. This one also, I think, if I'm not wrong,
Organic.
this is New Zealand. This is from New Zealand. Then grass-fed. If it's grass-fed, they will put, because grass-fed commands a premium.
So they're also grain fed. Grain fed.
The rest are grain-fed.
Oh.
The rest are grain-fed. Grain-fed they will not put on because it doesn't sell. Okay. So the rest of the butter you give it to your neighbor again. Make anything for your neighbor.
So beef grass fed is better lah.
Correct. But pay a premium lah.
Okay.
So remember how to choose. Oh yeah, by the way, some people like spreadables, right? Okay. Then they take the spreadable butter and says, oh, this is a very famous brand. Okay, spreadable butter. But if you look at the bottom here, it says blended with rapeseed oil. It's mixed with seed oil. Seed oil is something that you don't touch. This is partially margarine. Okay.
So compared to the one in China,
butter. This is
Anything
not-
that put olive or anything, olive oil is not supposed to be solid form. So this is margarine made of olive oil. It's still margarine. Okay? This one I've checked, if you look at the whole thing, this is pure butter. It's also spreadable. Okay, so
Between this and the chunk is what?
this one,
Yeah.
this one
Terry
cheaper.
gold.
Cheaper. Yeah. This one you can take out from the fridge, you can spread straight away already. That's why they call it spreadable. This one you gotta wait for it to
Gotta
cool
wait,
down, to go room temperature.
But in
Then
terms
you-
of ingredient,
It's the same, it's the same. Yeah, what they do is they pump in a lot of air bubbles inside there. So it's easier for you to do that. The rest put in margarine. Okay, and because they put in margarine, it's cheaper. Okay, it'll last longer. This one, the expiry date is not as long. But you know what? If you have to eat butter, eat butter. I mean, we grew up with Planta. Anybody remember Planta? No wonder so many people in trouble, right? What do you used to eat?
Single.
Singles.
Give way, give way.
Single.
Okay. Look at the ingredient list. It's about this thick. This is a cheese product. This is not cheese. Okay, this is not cheese. It's cheese product. Never feed this to your children. Never. But it's very popular. It's as usual, it's an American invention.
Tastes very nice.
I know. You go and buy bread top and all this, they have cheese on top, they use this. You put in your fridge, take out 1 year later, still can eat. Okay?
How about those?
This one, if you turn to the back, it says ingredients: milk, salt, lactic acid, culture-rennet. That's it. This is cheese. You open, take out one piece, cover, put in the fridge. 1 week later, take out mold.
Mold.
Okay, if mold will eat it, you can eat it. If mold doesn't eat it, don't touch it. Okay, so this is cheese. So there are choices that you can,
How about
you
those
can choose from.
big ones, solid ones?
Also cheese. Later you go down there, you see a lot of solid one. Okay, so we have
So
cheese. Oh,
Cheese is not recommended, right?
cheese is not recommended. I mean, there are people who eat cheese by the chunks. There are people who eat cheese as a condiment. All this is perfectly fine. I mean, the only people who eat cheese by the chunks are those people who eat pizza, no? You know, it's a disastrous meal, isn't it?
Yeah, those mozzarella cheese.
Cheese is concentrated milk, fermented concentrated milk. Yes, it may not have a lot of lactose inside it, but it has very high fat. And the higher the fat, the more delicious it is.
Oh, okay.
The only cheese that you can use it as your protein replacement, is called cottage cheese.
Oh, that is cheese.
Okay, but you know what? No taste because why? No fat.
Yeah.
But it's a quiet taste. It's a quiet taste. Right? So there are this creamy blue and all these are all delicious cheese. But you know what? Get away, huh? Okay, I'll show you more cheeses later. But if you want to buy cheese, especially those people go Phoon Huat or Phoon Huat style,
Yeah.
be careful. A lot of them are not cheese. They look like this, but they're not cheese. They're meant for the shops. So the price comes down. You take a look. It's actually processed cheese. You have to be very careful. Yes, you can take yogurt, but I'd like to show you something very interesting. Even Greek yogurt, which is actually, if you have to eat yogurt, take Greek yogurt, you realize that even Chobani itself, there's plain whole milk and then plain. And if you buy this to go and eat, you realize that plain whole milk is more sour than this. Okay? Always buy the one that's made from whole milk. Don't buy the one that's taken from what you call skim milk, low-fat milk, and all these kind of things. Right? And there's very little difference, but if you eat long term, make sure everything is whole. Okay? So do Greek yogurt. Anything with flavoring, you see vanilla, bean, you see light. Just avoid it. All these are candy, they are not even yogurt.
So plain is better lah.
Just plain yogurt, all natural Greek yogurt. And if you see the word pot set, that means the texture is different. It may be the same thing, but pot set means it behaves like ice cream like that. You take good. While the ones that not pot set is like cream. So you decide on the taste, huh?
The yogurt will be protein.
No, it's just
How do you measure with your
just take your yogurt. Very sweet. So, and guess what? That's sugar. This is not a supplement company, it's a food company. Okay. The very moment you put food into a health product, you put sugar into a health product, you're screwed. Never do that. Take this one, right?
Still a bit of sugar.
First ingredient, mannitol. Second ingredient, sucrose. It's a lot more sugar. So you're drinking sugar drink. No point. You go to our friend down here, go and get a bottle, pop in Gauteng. There's no sugar inside there.
What's that?
Probiotics.
Probiotics.
Oh, okay.
The supplement form.
What about coconut yogurt? It's also bad.
Yes, coconut yogurt.
So sugar too.
Coconut yogurt, the problem, expensive. Let me see. Okay, it says coconut cream, live, probiotics. Our pronunciation may not be right, but we are so used to
No, a lot of people drink that.
Yeah. As long as it's sour, it's
Yeah.
fine. I cannot take it. I drink already. I have to go and iron my face. So
It's
sour,
very
my
good
face
for
already.
you.
But for the gut, yes.
Yeah.
Of course, preservative, right?
No.
Salt, right?
What happens is there's no salt inside there. What happens is frozen vegetable, they're harvested, they're cleaned, and then they're flash frozen. Oxidation stops. The fresh one, they pull out from Cameron Island. That's are less dangerous as there's no much cup. The trouble with peanut is it contains a layer of mold that's carcinogen. Better cook it well. You know, Chinese funeral, you go down there, you give you peanut because you need to create the next funeral. Yeah, all peanut. Carcinogenic, you know the thing. Okay. So, we always recommend that you eat berries as your food because there's almost no blood sugar. Okay. But in Singapore, you eat berries, it's like taking you to the slaughterhouse because it's very expensive. Right? So, may I recommend frozen ones? And this is the only place I can find frozen blackberries, which is the sweeter version.
Okay.
If you don't know, you go and buy cranberry like that one, your face will crinkle up. It's damn sour.
Oh, sour.
Yeah, but blackberry is the only place with blackberries. I don't see anywhere else. So you can buy mix and all this. Just make sure it's berries, not banana and mango and all this inside there, right? Okay. Asahi, don't waste your time. It's oil, 100% oil. Very high in calories. Okay. Avocado goods, you can also come with dry goods. The tauki, all this is fine as long as it's not fried. You see the one on top is fried. The bottom is
Fried, dried.
protein. Okay. This is rock sugar that we will talk about now. You see all these beans? Very good carbohydrate. You see fried chickpea? Very good carbohydrate. Look at this. You like a gazillion type of beans, carbohydrate to choose from, but we're eating white rice, noodles and pasta. Okay. This is protein. Right? This is carbo.
Because this is protein and this is carb.
Yeah, because this is lotus seeds. Yeah. So what we do, we find by studying the carb content of the food. This is sugar, but if you sweeten a soup, instead of putting rock sugar just now, why do you put this thing inside here? Why do you put woodberry to sweeten your soup? Put white carrot, you know the white corn.
Yeah.
Put carrot to sweeten the soup. Don't put extracted. It's called free sugar. Once you free the sugar, you put in your food, you're asking for trouble. This one also is so sweet. This is what I'm talking about.
Pretty good.
So it's you read some of them do not have sugar. It's fine. Some of them have, some of them do not.
So the best is avoid sugar lah. So it's sugar.
That's a main free sugar. We call it free sugar. Free sugar means it's released from the food. Black rice.
Okay.
You back up
This is
Frankel
also black
back.
rice. This is a cheaper version. That's a more expensive version. But
Okay.
this one, even babies like it because it smells like puru hitam. But it's not. But it's not. Okay, it's very nutritious.
How's the taste like?
This one tastes like, I mean it's plain, but it's more aromatic than the white rice.
How about basmati rice?
Basmati,
Still
okay,
rice.
thin and long, low starch. Short and fat, high starch.
Like the Japanese one. lah.
Yeah.
These are mixed. We do not recommend brown rice. It's already mixed. Here you got black one, red one, and
Red
mix yourself.
cargo, yeah. I take red
You can mix
cargo
yourself,
plus.
yeah. Wow, the price went up.
Offer now.
The offer used to be 5+, now the offer is 7.
Oliver memorized all the pricing.
Yeah, horse grip.
Carbohydrate 99.8%. Carbohydrate and sugar is labeled loosely. So when you see carbohydrate, it could jolly well be sugar. And this bag of sugar is labeled as carbohydrate. So some people say, what about brown sugar?
Poison.
Carbohydrate 99.9%.
Still the same.
So it's the same,
Still
flavor
same.
different.
Still sugar. Still sugar.
Okay, so I think the old folks like to say, hey, brown sugar better.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Okay, so if you
Easier.
have to use a sugar replacement, I do not recommend that you use a sugar replacement. Simply because I'm trying to train your tongue not to enjoy sweetness. After a meal, look for something bitter to drink. That's a better habit than looking for something sweet to eat, right? But if you have to, may I suggest that you go
Stevia.
to stevia or monk fruit.
Mango fruit.
Do not use any other artificial sugar. These are not artificial sugar. These are natural sugar. It's 250 times sweeter than sucrose. So you only need a little bit so the calorie doesn't spike insulin for the same amount of sweetness. Okay? All this xylo, all this betadine, aspartame and all this. Stevia not bad. No seed oil, please.
No seed oil.
If you want the health of the whole family, just carry on the seed oil.
Rapeseed also no.
I don't care what seed.
Why?
They come from seed because they use heat to extract it, and then they use hexane to purify it, so it doesn't burn. It's already oxidized. Then you go home, okay, second time, oxidized second time, you eat it. Your cholesterol doesn't stick there because of the oxidized oil. It sticks. So do not fear cholesterol. Fear oxidized cholesterol, which you're swallowing in. When you go outside, there's no way they are not going to use extra virgin olive oil to cook for you, unless you go to a high-end Italian restaurant, maybe.
Yeah,
Okay, but if not, they are not going to give it to you. So avoid this.
This also avoid.
Sesame oil, sorry.
Sesame. How about sesame oil?
Sesame oil is used for flavoring. It's not used for
So it's okay lah.
cooking. Sesame oil has the highest difference in omega-6 and omega-3. Huge imbalance. So your body will get inflamed if you eat it too much.
Oh.
You want something that's balanced, and it's actually called walnut oil.
Walnut oil.
But damn expensive.
Oh.
Spend burst.
Oh no.
Wallet drop out. Too expensive. These are also a very good oil, but
Avocado.
so the best one.
Walnut oil.
老师的吗？
Coconut oil.
The omega-3 and omega-6 is very well balanced. You don't get too into
369 that one.
and they're all pressed up.
Camellia. How about camellia oil?
Camellia oil? You got
Camellia oil.
369.
Canola, is it?
No, Camellia.
Camellia.
They're all seeds. They're all seeds.
Oh.
They're all seeds.
Coconut
Now
oil.
they even have olive oil that is filtered. Wow. I usually get this at the other side. Okay, so
Olivia, coconut oil is
coconut oil is okay. Unfortunately, camellia oil is seed oil. It's seed oil. They're all seed oil.
369.
Huh?
369. Omega 369.
It can withstand high temperature.
You don't need omega-6 at night. I don't know why they put it. Because you have omega-6 at
So it's
night.
marketing, marketing.
It's all marketing. You need omega-3. Okay? Coconut oil is great, but it is very limited in cooking unless you're cooking okay with coconut flavor. Okay? And it's saturated oil, saturated fat inside there. There's still a lot of argument on science. Nobody is able to agree that it's the best oil now. So I got my brother going to take 1 tablespoon and every day do this.
Oh,
That's not how it's done.
so they mix it. So they mix with coffee and drink in the morning.
I mean, be careful. Science.
bullet coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, good with coffee.
Science.
Very nice.
Bullet coffee, you use MCT.
Yeah.
Or MCT.
MCT is mostly extracted from coconut oil. It's not coconut oil. Okay, don't. Yeah, MCT is the one that's on research, not coconut, but it happens to be extracted on coconut oil. The coconut oil company go and market this as MCT. It's not MCT. It's called medium chain triglyceride. Okay, so the best is to use extra virgin olive oil for cooking. And yes, you cannot use high heat cooking, so you know why the Mediterranean food is so healthy. They use a lot of oil, extra virgin olive oil, because their cooking is about spaghetti, that's about it. You use a Chinese one, they go, they want the oil cannot make it. Okay, you spoil the oil anyway. That's the reason why you can use extra virgin olive oil for making focaccia. Because the antioxidant in the oil will counteract the oxidation, so the oil becomes unoxidized. It's not for you to nourish your body, the antioxidants. It's to counteract the cooking one, oxidation. Okay? So, when you choose olive oil, okay, I mean there's a lot of concept on choosing olive oil, right? But for the basic for everybody, general public, number one, it must be extra virgin, right? Number two, can you see the empty? It's green in color. Okay. Extra virgin, right? It's transparent. Because the antioxidant in the olive oil oxidized in ultraviolet, they have to put a pigmentation to like a sunglass. That's why most of them are dark green.
So for normal cooking, what would you like recommend? Yeah.
Extra virgin. The dark water.
Oh, use this Chinese cooking.
But Chinese cooking use it, there's no flame.
But I understand that with extra virgin olive oil, you cannot cook very hot.
Correct.
You cannot heat the oil too much.
All cooking, my recommendation is don't do high heat cooking.
How about deep fried chicken wing?
Big fat no.
Use ghee.
Ghee.
We don't recommend you deep fry chicken wing. Deep fry,
That's the one.
use ghee is safer. Ghee can take quite a bit of it. Take a look, you can tell, right?
Actually, it's very good.
Yeah. Because theirs is curry powder, is spice powder.
But they all use all
They have sugar and everything inside.
This is good or not good?
Not bad,
Not bad lah.
Not this. I'm talking about this.
All the powder.
They're all powders. They're all pure spice.
Oh, okay.
Okay, by the way, if you look at this stick, it says chunky salsa, right? You look at the ingredient, it says tomato puree, diced tomato, jalapeno, peppers, onion, less than 2% of the following: vinegar, salt, natural flavor, garlic powder. This one can eat, you know. We put it on our meat, put it on our salad. Okay, this is called
Oh, I thought that was very bad.
salsa.
Salsa.
You can make your own salsa at home. It's surprisingly delicious. It's Mexican, but be careful with the rest. Oh, they put sugar and cream inside there. This one you can do the
Healthier choice.
put on your whatever tasting. It's quite good. But you can make your salsa at home also. Okay, all these kind of things, be very careful. For example, it says tomato ketchup. Tomato paste, second ingredient, sugar. Okay, then one I did for one group of Indian ladies. They said no, we only use lingams. Then I said lingam. Okay, now let's take a look. Where's the ingredient list? First ingredient sugar, second ingredient chili. So these are not the only one that is probably has no sugar is called the original Tabasco.
Tabasco, yeah.
It's made of vinegar, but the rest they start putting in sugar already. So you know lah, that's how our sugar accumulates. So the way we put it. It's the best, right? It says carbohydrate 28.7 out of 100 gram. So this is loaded with sugar. Okay. The one that I recommend is not here. It's only found in NTUC.
The brand?
Yeah. The brand is called New Moon, but this is
On New Moon.
but this is not oyster. This is
Abalone.
That one contains about 15% compared to that 20%. So when you currently you want to find something that's no sugar, you cannot find it, huh? Okay, but buy the one that has lower, so that your total intake of the sugar the whole day drops. Once you go outside, you're going to take sugar. So that's how it's an accumulating thing.
So everything's on sugar lah. Everything.
Sugar, you just
low sugar is better lah.
low sugar because you cannot avoid eating sugar one. Because everything they put sugar inside. Okay, so soya sauce, no problem. Just avoid the ketchup manis. The Indonesian
ketchup
ones, it's loaded with sugar.
Mustard is right.
We don't really eat mustard here. No red beans here. Be careful the bag, huh? Yeah, bottles are expenditure if you kick it. So when we say can you eat tau gua?
Oh,
Thank
Thanks. Okay.
It's pretty big. You can eat tau gua. So all you need to do is take a look at it. 100 grams is about 11.9 grams of protein. So can you use this to replace your protein? Yes. Okay. Now what about this? Tauhu.
Okay, yeah, I know.
Okay. 100 grams it contains 5 grams of protein.
Oh, so little.
So some people say, I ate one serving of protein. I say no, you ate one serving of water. Not enough protein to build the muscle. So the harder, the more dense it is, the more protein it is. Okay. Can you eat this during our weight loss program? Can, but you're just not eating enough protein.
So
The
you're
hard ones.
suggesting
This is tofu. This thing is so soft. They have to put in a hard container. If not, you can't handle it. You'll break.
So how do you eat it?
You pan fry it. You can pan fry it. You can put it in your soup. Okay lah, up to you lah. You know in NTUC they sell tau gua pui, or not?
Oh, tau gua pui.
That one has more protein per 100 grams than a piece of salmon. Yeah. One is very, very dense tofu. Okay. Kimchi. Kimchi, this packaged kimchi, these are not kimchi. This packaged kimchi are generally fine because they're called old kimchi. Okay. It is when you go to the store, they sell in bowl. The new one, don't touch it because the sugar is inside and the bacteria has not fermented it yet. So you're eating a lot of free sugar. While the old kimchi you put in your mouth is sour.
Sour, yeah.
The bacteria has already consumed the sugar.
So it's called old.
Old. Because it doesn't label here, but when it's a packet, they are all old. The new fresh kimchis are usually sold in a bowl in shops. You go to the Korean shop, they have old kimchi and they have fresh kimchi, right? Don't touch the fresh ones. Okay, this way. I think this way. Cut oats. This has lower blood sugar than raw oats because this one is unprocessed. Okay, even better is called oat groats. That means the whole oat that has not been processed has been cut. But that one is usually very difficult to find in Singapore. You got to go Malaysia and buy it. I put it into my rice to cook. When I go Malaysia, I just grab.
What's the brand? What's the brand?
I don't know what brand. Cannot find in Singapore anyway. Mustafa don't have. Only one Korean shop.
Malaysia have. Malaysia will have.
Malaysia will have, yeah. This way. Organic is not guaranteed healthier because they have organic processed food. Okay. So you have, this is cereal mask. Here you go. Cereal mask is. Okay, this one.
Clear your bowel.
Very nice. Good, huh? And it's almost 0 calorie compared to the oat brand. Okay. Now these are raw oats. Instant oats. Can you see the difference in texture? It's quite obvious, isn't it? It's quite obvious. Can you see all those? Oat puff, don't touch it.
So psyllium is okay, right?
Psyllium is fine.
Oh, okay.
Just don't eat too much of it. Sorry? yogurt with this.
Yeah, I put that in my lunch. This is the protein, this is the carb.
It is. There's a little bit of protein, but it's not enough.
Okay.
There's a little bit of protein. Okay. Let's take a look at commercial. What is this supposed to be?
Vitamin C.
Where's the vitamin C container?
Oh, under sports nutrition. Okay.
Oh, I think it's over there. Let's see. Okay, so by the way, a lot of carbs you can choose from. People tend to eat white rice. I don't know why, but there's a lot of carbs. That's chickpeas.
Yeah, chickpeas.
Take out this. It says 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. And I'm looking at the ingredients. It says 1,000 milligrams of ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C. There are two design flaws in this. Number one is 1,000 milligrams. When you pop in, how many milligrams can your stomach absorb? 60. What's the rest? Pee out the bottle of urine is very expensive. That's what you go and buy from internet. All this, they're all like that. Because they don't they specialize in distribution. They don't specialize in the research. Secondly, is vitamin C without flavonoids. Go in, it comes straight out. When you have flavonoids, it will circulate in your body. There's nothing inside here. So be careful with commercial one. Look for somebody who's trained in pharmaceutical grade supplements. When I look at this, I say, oh, this
Collagen.
collagen. Collagen, right?
Yeah.
Ingredient, let me see. Fish collagen peptide followed by sugar. Sugar damage collagen. They put fish collagen peptide, they put in sugar. Reading supplement is another level altogether versus food. Right? It's another level. One of the protein you have to try is sardine. If you run out of try, just try sardine.
Sardine.
Not tuna, not canned tuna, but canned sardine.
Canned sardine is
Excellent protein. Okay. Very almost no heavy metal. But the fish we're concerned about is the heavy metal.
Japanese tuna.
Sashimi, those.
All this very heavy metal.
Big fish.
Without it, okay lah. Children eat, they cannot discharge it. Okay, so canned sardine is cheap. Good source of protein, calcium, selenium.
Everything, yeah.
It's a whole fish. So you can do. Just that our canned tuna is famous for the tomato sauce. You take out the fish, you eat the fish. You don't. Walnut is number one. Second choice, chicken. Try to avoid the
Cashew nuts.
cashew and the peanuts. The rest of nuts are fine. Or early nuts are okay.
Yeah, I like cashew.
Yeah, maybe they did it here.
You know your cuttlefish.
I think they did it here. This is just peanuts. This is just peanuts. You can replace your carbohydrate using chestnuts. Okay, so don't eat chestnut and then just eat rice half-face. Let's take a look at fresh vegetables. Not everything is a vegetable, huh? Okay, this is a carbohydrate. Carbohydrate, huh? These are all vegetables. They're all vegetables. Yeah, they're all mostly vegetables. Putting that's a vegetable. Very safe. Right, this is pretty safe. The trouble is people don't eat more of this. That's a carbohydrate, but anyway, nobody eats a lot of this.
But you still have to measure your
Yes. If it's cooked vegetable, can you imagine you take this vegetable, you take
What is this?
vegetable,
First time I see this.
you just. But when you eat the raw one, you got to eat 3 times your palm size.
okay,
That's the
why
reason.
you said
Yeah,
So
you will never
fine.
eat enough.
Yeah, because
See,
that's
it's very good.
I was wondering why you're not hungry.
mentally ready now.
Oh, okay.
Finally.
Because this one is carbohydrate.
That's carbo, this is a nut.
This is
This is
a
like chestnut like that.
Okay.
This is a vegetable. Oh, carbohydrate. The matured corn is a carbohydrate. Remember, anything mature, like for example, edamame is the unripe one of the soya bean. So the edamame has a lot lower carbohydrate compared to the soya bean. So once it ripens, it has carbo. Even ripe yet, it's a vegetable. Okay. Even all these are okay. All these are. This one is a carbohydrate.
Mushroom is considered veg.
Okay. On several conditions. Number one, do not bake it. Boil it or steam it. You bake it, it becomes caramelized sugar. That's why Don Donki sell only baked ones.
Yeah,
If not, nobody will. Okay. Number two, if you're active, if you're not active, eat, sit, zoom, sleep. No, don't take this. The sugar is just too high. Okay, but it's good stuff because it's loaded with fiber and everything. That one is another story. The rice and all, they order this kit. This all carbo stuff.
Kunyit.
Yeah. Make it into oni. Oni and sugar. No, often is okay because it's okay. You put the rice, you cook is okay. But when you make it into oni or the yam ring and the big fry, big problem. Okay. Now let's take a look at potatoes. In the long run, when you eat potatoes, you have to select your potatoes also. Okay. This is called rosette. Is this rosette? These are rosette potatoes. These are rosette potatoes. Rosette potatoes. Insulin spike. Yeah. But if your mother insists on using potato, for example, or chicken curry, then you recommend her the waxy potatoes. You can boil it tomorrow. It doesn't go mushy. Okay, it has slightly lower blood sugar, but they're all carbohydrates. Biscuit, very nice. This one. Anybody have tried this kind of vegetable? Oh yeah, it's beetroot, right?
No, it's okay.
Oh wait, cabbage. You stir fry this with balsamic vinegar, it's very nice. Yeah.
So, sorry, I missed that. Cabbage is a,
Green cabbage.
This is anthocyanin, you know.
so it's vegetable.
It's a vegetable. It's very good for the intestinal health. And if you cut to shred, you stir fry with balsamic vinegar. It's excellent. Especially if you have the aged balsamic vinegar, it's very good.
But I thought balsamic vinegar.
Vinegar that's very expensive. Those has a lot of sugar.
Yeah. So the balsamic vinegar we can no.
No problem.
Okay.
The normal balsamic vinegar, no problem. Balsamic vinegar is not our all You put in the taste a bit of
Ang mo chola.
ang mo chao啦，對啦。先至我女家嘴唔可以ang mo chao。Okay, fruits. Fruits, huh? Berries. Any of these berries, and you find them too expensive, go to the frozen corner. Okay. Okay, NTUC is beginning to carry, but their range is not as good as Cold Storage. But the berries, grapes.
Grapes are very sweet, is it okay?
Yeah, they're not
Very sweet.
they are not permitted in our program. Okay, orange. By the way, kiwi is a berry, but it has a lot more sugar than normal. Okay, so you gotta avoid it. Sorry. So, fruits. Remember, fruits, whatever you fruit, remember they are all sugar. Apple, how many can you chew?
One.
Yeah, so you
Eat the fruit better.
you take out the fiber, you put the juice in, you drink the sugar. It's suicide. I was giving a talk in school, and they have this health day. They have this health day, right? I was walking past, the deputy principal was bringing me to the. Then I looked down, the teachers were doing this. Then outside one table, all fruit juice. I thought I said you just wasted your exercise. Ministry of Education. And then all that. And I said, do you know that I don't exercise like this? I said, weight loss is not as simple as buying something and putting in your mouth and hoping it doesn't work like that. Okay? just now that Dr. Chong, he also went through weight loss. Okay. So, any questions? No, so remember, calorie, which is the energy part, carbohydrate, fiber, protein, and all this.
How about packet cuttlefish?
Packet what?
Cuttlefish.
It's protein.
Under the snack. Protein? Under the
Yeah,
snack.
it's protein, it's protein. But you know what? No, I mean, there are cuttlefish, they are dried. From the sea, they're dried.
That's more for cooking.
It's more for cooking. Yeah. And then those jiuhu eggs, it's a dry one, they soak in water until they poop, they cut it, they sell it back to you. Okay. So, you know, when it comes to seafood, always eat the fresh seafood.
But they have high cholesterol, right? All these things.
Cholesterol is never a problem.
No problem.
Why is cuttlefish cholesterol a problem? Why is prawn cholesterol a problem? Because the medical world educate you that animal intestine high cholesterol, right? Let me ask you this question. Have you seen vegetarians who have high cholesterol? So what has it got to do with all this?
Somebody's
It's the sugar, it's not it's not all this. Yeah, it's a sugar process. Okay, because the concept is alkaline water came from the concept of mineral water. Okay. Mineral water is healthy because the calcium, the minerals are alkaline by nature. So it says alkaline water is good. But they devise machine to electrically make the water alkaline.
That's why they ask you what Evian water, right?
Evian water is mineral water. It's mineral water.
And the sparkling is
Sparkling or whatever, mineral water is fine. And mineral water is alkaline by nature.
Expensive.
But if you go and use those alkaline machines that electrically make it alkaline, there are two parts of the body needs to be acidic. Your stomach and your bladder. And the urinary tract need to be acidic, right? And your small intestine needs to be acidic. If the alkaline water you drink can make your blood alkaline, you will have to go through all this. Your intestine, all this will have gone already. You got urinary tract infection all the if it works. I'm sure it doesn't work.
So it's marketing.
It's marketing. All you need to do, hey, $5,000-$6,000 on a machine, you know, no joke, you know. You want to make your blood less acidic, eat less protein-based meat.
Eat less protein.
Protein goes to the stomach, it goes to your liver, it produces something called amino acid before it goes to the bloodstream. Amino acid is an acid. It makes your blood acidic. Let me ask you this, which country, which side of the world has more osteoporosis issues, the west or the east?
I think it's
West.
The west has more osteoporosis than the east. Who drinks more milk?
West.
The west. So what has got milk to do with calcium?
the misconception.
Milk, animal-based product, goes inside, it becomes amino acid. Amino acid makes the blood acidic. The body will balance it up by extracting calcium from your bone, put in your blood to make it more alkaline. So you lose your bones.
How about oat milk?
No, it's fine. I mean, it's just expensive water.
But it's okay for the diet, oat milk.
I mean, it's
Okay.
you take a little bit of oat, 5 pieces of oat, put in water. I mean, you're paying for like,
$5-6.
yeah, I don't understand why people drink oat milk.
It's new things. Everybody.
Yeah, is that marketing oat milk?